The Batman Part 2 is in production, but the identity of the sequel's main villain remains murky. Of course, the Batman's ending teased a sinister collaboration between Paul Dano's Riddler and Barry Keoghan's Joker, but what actually transpires may not be as straightforward. Mr. Freeze has been mentioned. The first movie dropped a big hush hint: the Batman Part 2 could easily pluck a number of villains from DC lore. Another possibility is that Robert Pattinson will come up against the Court of Owls. This is a route Pattinson himself expressed interest in as early as 2022, via Den of Geek, and the owl-themed greetings card left at the scene of Mayor Mitchell's murder could have been the Riddler tipping Batman off about the Court of Owls' existence. But there was another vital clue that slipped under the radar. Theory: the Batman's Pete Savage was a Court of Owls member. After Mayor Mitchell, the Riddler's second victim in the Batman was the GCPD Commissioner, Pete Savage. Played by Alex Ferns, Savage appeared to be an original character created for Matt Reeves' movie, but another, Pete Savage, does exist within the Batman universe. The 1960s Batman TV series starring Adam West isn't typically treated as a bastion of DC canon, but the episode An Egg Grows in Gotham delved deep into the origins of Gotham City. Here, three wealthy families are revealed as the founders of Gotham: the Waynes, the Tylers, and the Savages. A local ceremony demands a representative from each founding family, and those three individuals are Bruce Wayne, Tim Tyler, and Pete Savage. Suddenly, the Commissioner's name in the Batman doesn't seem so random. The Court of Owls is an organization comprised of Gotham's richest and most elite citizens with the aim of secretly directing the city's destiny. The founders of Gotham City would absolutely be involved in the court, so it's very interesting that Pete Savage is a descendant of said founders somewhere in Batman history, even if it is the 60s TV show. Commissioner Savage may not be a millionaire in the Batman, but he's certainly in a position of power and hopelessly corrupt. It's no stretch of the imagination to assume the Court of Owls gifted Savage his job at the GCPD. Since the Batman was all about criminality among Gotham's leaders, debuting the Court of Owls in the Batman Part 2 feels like a logical continuation. One of their own being murdered by the Riddler could even be what prompts the court to action in the sequel. Perhaps this was Riddler's secret purpose all along, not just blowing the whistle on corruption, but smoking out the real culprits. If the Court of Owls is the Batman 2's villain, what about Joker? Putting the Court of Owls at the center of the Batman Part 2 makes a great deal of sense, but the sequel can't ignore the promise made by its predecessor. Barry Keoghan's Joker must still be involved to some extent. The best option would be keeping Joker as a background presence again, maybe even limiting his appearance to another sting at the very end. The Joker would then be Pattinson's final villain in the Batman Part 3. Despite the deluge of live-action Jokers, there have only ever been two true Batman vs. Joker movies: 1989's Batman with Michael Keaton vs. Jack Nicholson, and 2008's The Dark Knight with Christian Bale and Heath Ledger. In the former, Joker provided Keaton's Batman with his very first on-screen opponent. Ledger's Joker, meanwhile, encountered a Batman at the height of his powers. We've never had a Batman movie that treated the Joker like a final boss, and the Batman Part 3 is the perfect opportunity to break that trend. Saving the Joker until movie number 3 would also work as a continuation from the Court of Owls storyline. If the Batman Part 2 concludes with Pattinson's caped crusader dismantling the court and finally freeing Gotham City from the organization's clutches, Joker is exactly the kind of character who would exploit the void left behind.